sector to really take off.
Do you think that the focus on made in Nigeria goods could also hurt international investors?
Well, all countries have a made in whichever country you come from. I mean, that is understandable, and of course that is the case. But we also have international expertise. There are things that Britain is good at, which we can then offer assistance, so that the things that are made in Nigeria can be exported. So it's very important that we focus on supporting Nigeria and improving that bilateral relationship.
Right now the naira has been fluctuating against the dollar. How can we make sure that the currency is stable in the foreign exchange markets?
I think we need to speed up in the way the transactions actually take place. So one of the issues that was raised by a number of the businesses is their ability to use the funds that they've actually generated in this country. Sometimes there's a delay in being able to gain the funds that they've actually made, the profits that they've made. So I think that needs to be speeded up as well. But also there's a lot of red tape that I think we need to sort of remove too, which will then encourage those businesses to flourish in the way that we want them to.
You also would like to talk about Nigeria's protectionist policies.
Well, again, it's from a British perspective, I can just say this, that our open international liberal markets encourage international businesses to look at Britain favorably as a place to base themselves. And I think if Nigeria, given where it is located geographically in Africa, it would be in their interest to follow similar suit.
Well, that's our correspondent Amarachi Ubani talking with Tobias Elwood, who recently paid a visit to Nigeria. In other news now, the federal government has formally announced the closure of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport effective midnight Wednesday, March the 8th, which means flights stop effectively on Thursday morning, March 9th, 2017. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, told journalists at a World Press Conference in Abuja that the airport will be closed for 6 weeks to allow repair works commence. Also at the conference, the Ministers of Transportation, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, explained that the Kaduna airport is ready for operations and issues of security have already been taken care of, while the Minister of State for Aviation says a website has been set up through which information will be shared with Nigerians. The website is www.abujaairportclosure.info. So far, only one international airline has agreed to use the Kaduna airport.
Midnight Wednesday, 8th March 2017, for the purpose stated earlier. During that time, Abuja flights will be diverted to Kaduna. On Friday, the acting president inspected the Kaduna airport and the railway station in Kaduna to ascertain the state of readiness. The summary of his findings is that while the airport may not be 100% ready, by the time the Abuja airport is shut, it will indeed be suitable enough for operations. You are also aware that repair work has been completed on the Kaduna-Abuja route to ensure a smooth passage for Abuja-bound passengers.
Well, in line with the security and social issues facing the Lake Chad region, the United Nations Security Council has asked the humanitarian community to step up operations in Nigeria's northeast region. Head of the delegation, Ambassador Matthew Rycroft, said the council was shocked by the number of people affected by the insurgency. However, he commended the government for actions taken so far.
The delegation from the UN Security Council, consisting of country representatives from Bolivia, China, Egypt, Ethiopia, France, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Senegal, Sweden, the UK, the US, Uruguay and Sierra Leone, has been in and around Maiduguri, engaging the affected population in town hall meetings. The group met with the theatre commander of Operation Lafia Dole, Major General Loki Rabo, and other top officials of the Military Command and Control Center.
with whatever resources we have.
From that meeting, the delegation led by Ambassador Matthew Rycroft also met with the Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima.
The numbers are shocking in terms of the numbers displaced, 500,000 children in severe acute malnutrition, and we are determined that the international community, the donors and the United Nations as the coordinator should step up response before it is too late.
There is a need for some sort of a Marshall Plan for the Northeast. Massive investment in job creation, in agriculture, in education, in healthcare, in gender empowerment, most especially on girl child education. Without this investment, we might as well forget about the future.
Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister thanks the UN for its contribution in the security and humanitarian crisis in the Northeast.
The Nigerian government, Your Excellency, have been putting enormous financial and humanitarian resources into this fight. Over $4 billion that the federal government and the state government have invested in addressing this very, very dire humanitarian challenge.
When the various meetings ended, the delegation had some concerns about access by humanitarian workers as well as protection for the affected population living and working in the host communities.
Some of the military operations are making it very difficult for the humanitarian agencies and their implementing partners to reach these vulnerable populations. So we continue to focus on access to these people in need. We also continue to focus on protection issues.
The UN Security Council delegation says it's impressed with the achievements of the Nigerian army in the terrorism war and has pledged to offer or recommend increased support where necessary.
Coming up on Network Africa. Food entrepreneur Heilu Tesema introduces injera, a local meal to the rest of the world.